time to drop the mask. It's okay to be who I am. It's okay for me to be transparent. It's okay for me to talk about what I've been through.
This will probably be, I'm hoping,
Okay.
your best record to date.
Okay.
You know? When you're doing music, you confined within the beat, the length of the beat.
Yeah.
You can't really get off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It leaves what you're trying to say up to everybody's interpretation, which is good, which is cool for the music, but it leaves so much more to be said. You know what I'm saying? And if people are anything like me, you always wonder. You wonder about the person behind the beat.
Right.
So what I want to do is I play the producer, I guess.
Okay.
Pone is the engineer. But we ain't gonna have a beat today.
Okay.
We're gonna do a acapella.
I'm all for it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So going back to your earliest memory, and you putting your album together, but you want us to really feel you. This is where you get real connective.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because people done been through some things, and they don't know what you done been through. Because a lot of your music is lifting. You know what I'm saying? But that stage can get heavy sometimes.
I agree.
You carry a lot on that stage with you.
For sure.
You probably carry a lot on the road with you
Yeah.
when you're on the road
Yeah.
too. So if we starting off this record, how it sound when you starting it off, where do you start at?
Let me see. Where can I start at? I'll start early 90s. If we can go that far with, I start early 90s. My home, my mom, house parties, a lot of music. My mom loved music, so I know for sure that's where I definitely got my passion for it from.
What type of music?
All music, gospel, R&B, hip hop. I'm talking about records. My mama had 2 short records. Golly, who else am I trying to say?
E40 and
E4,
them?
all them type of things. Like, so yeah. To me, that's my first memory I can think of when it comes to just falling in love with the music. Sneaking out my room, watching everybody dance, just
And I'm visualizing it,
watching
damn,
how the
like a
music just
biopic.
bring everybody together, like, yeah. So I think that's probably how to start off.
You started off and you transition into what?
From there, I think more so just finding my way, experiencing a lot of life
A lot of life.
at an early age, seeing a lot of things at an early age. Yeah. I'm sorry, this get deep. I didn't know it was gonna get
Yeah, that's what this is about.
It can get deep,
So
man.
listen, this is the best record of your life.
For sure.
So we want to tap into that.
Yeah.
What's one of those early memories to where you like, oh, this life. Life ain't just toys and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like bubbles.
Yeah. Probably my dad. Again, it was a lot of house parties and things like that. My mom, she gambled, played cards, all that type of stuff.
Within the house?
Yeah, within the house though, for sure. So, but my dad, he had a drinking problem. So I think when it really hit me, like you just said, like life is more than just that. He was verbally abusive, physically abusive. So I think to see that closed me off. But music always was that thing that I kind of relied on though, because the strength of music, like it can shift how you feel. You know what I mean? So I think I reverted to that just a lot as being like my coping thing, you know. Like, yeah. So I think those early memories was when I first was just like, damn, life is it can be painful, be sad, tears, hurt, like, yeah, yeah.
Can you remember a go-to record when it was like, this makes me feel good. This takes me out of this place that I don't love to be in.
Um, honestly, probably gotta be like some I used to like Luther Vandross, Michael Jackson, um, type of feel good records. Yeah, I don't think I particularly had a record, but anything that just had that upbeat, that's that good feeling. Like, you know, as a kid, I used like to dance, like all that stuff. So yeah, anything that was just honestly anything that could probably block out
Yeah,
everything else that was going on. Like, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You had brothers and sisters too?
Yeah, I'm second to the youngest. I have five sisters. My mom had all girls.
Wow.
I am a twin. My twin did not. He stopped developing a little bit before we was both born. Um, so yeah, I actually was a twin, but I have all sisters, and I have two half brothers that I just recently started. You know, getting more in contact with. But as far as in the household, growing up, I have five sisters. My mom had all girls in the house.
Are y'all close in age? Well, like, what's the?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like my oldest sister, she is she's 50 and up under there. I think she's 48, 46, 39, about to be 40. Then it's me, and then I have a little sister that she is 32, 32 or 33.
So when you was coming up in the household, like, how many of them was actually still there? Like when you was like
It was at a point in time where we all
all was
was
there.
in this, yeah, you know.
So I'm circling back to that. Like, as a little girl, who did you have to? Were y'all able to just run to each other and hug
Oh,
each
for
other in these
sure.
moments? And
My mom kept us, and even still to this day, we close knit. And that's one thing. Like my mom just instilled that in us, and we stand on it. Like, and we have. I see a lot of siblings feud, and we feud and stuff, but we always bounce back. So we were our strength. Just like I know it was my mom's strength when she was going through what she was going through. So it was definitely a tribe of we had each other. You know, regardless of what was going on, like we did have each other.
how that look like being your mama's strength?
Hurtful at times, make you wish you can do more. You know, as a kid, it's like you can only do so much, but in your heart, it's like if it was up to me, I would. You know what I mean? There's so many things that go through your mind, like, oh, if only I could, I would. Or sometimes you find yourself trying to figure out ways too. You know what I mean? So, um, it was hard. It was hard because you always want to do more, or you want to try to save. You know, like yeah.
Did you fear your dad?
Um, I I want to say I did, um, but I think at a point in time I started to look at my dad like I didn't know who he was. So I don't know if it was necessarily a fear, because it was more so like I want to do something to you
Yeah.
for doing something to my mom, even though you my father, but like you making me like hate you though. So yeah, so I don't think it was necessarily not a it's not a fear, you know. I think if I could have done something, he probably should have feared me, if anything. But
Yeah. Yeah.
not a fear, just a real strong disconnect though. You know.
Did that the verbal abuse carry over to y'all too?
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely.
So, taking that to school, you know what I mean? Like, I found like a lot of times I'm sitting down talking to some of my homies from Northeast from the school,
Yeah.
and they running through the halls smiling, they the class clowns, or you just never see it on them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Until recently, like these years, I get to hear that from them. I'm like, damn, I would have never knew because the way you carried it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How did that look like to you going to school with that on your, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, kids can be foul too.
Right. No, for sure. For
Not
sure.
knowing
Yeah.
what you going through, you might
Yeah.
say some shit as a kid that really hit, and you
Yeah.
don't know that's hitting that person.
Right.
But you don't know how to express that either.
Yeah.
The only way we express that a lot of time is with anger, but
Yeah.
that kid didn't even know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think school was one of them things that I don't know. I think it's crazy as it sounds, certain stuff, and because I want to get as deep as I can. I think a lot of stuff in my life, like I checked out. Like I was there in the physical, you know what I mean? But I think a lot of things it was just I'm just going through. You know, if that makes sense. Like, but carrying it to school, I just dealt. You know? Like I really it's crazy a lot of stuff that you ask me, I don't think I ever really thought about until probably now, but I think I just was just going through.
Yeah.
Just going through, you know. Yeah. So I wasn't a person I necessarily got like picked on or, you know, or however, but I don't know. I think I was the things that I seen it made me want to love on people more. If that, you know what I mean? I was one of them people. Like I don't want to see people getting bullied or, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Like, yeah, like if you bullying someone, like I'm taking up for them because like what you want, like you know what I'm saying. But yeah, school. I think I just went through it. Just maybe out of sight, out of mind. Try to put it in the back of my mind. Like,
I understand it.
yeah.
Can you remember like the first time you had to step in for somebody? Not saying any names or anything, just the situation when you was like, oh nah, not on my watch. You know what I mean?
It was this girl I was in class with, and you know, she was kind of, and I don't even want to use, I don't know what term to use, but she wasn't, you know, some people might consider it not to be normal or however, but
Okay.
nice girl though, like you know what I mean. And I just I got a soft spot for that, and it was a boy. We ain't gonna say no names, but if he heard this, you know who he was. Like, yeah, and tried to like bullying her, getting in her face, talking about her, and like so yeah, I interjected like, and we fought like yeah, cause I'm just not fond of that, and I think again this could be just from me the things that I have experienced. Like I'm not fond of that of treating people wrong. You know, like yeah. So yeah, I did. I stepped in and I actually fought. He didn't want to fight, but yeah, like, today's gonna be your last day though. I mean, for real, for real. Yeah.
So was it? So it was instant physical with you, right?
Yeah.
So you know, like I said before, like us kids, we don't know because I actually had to step in on my brother one time when he was picking on somebody like not considered normal. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but I know my brother doesn't have malicious intent.
Right.
It's just the shit that he didn't been through that it doesn't allow him to see what he's doing or whatever. So I pulled. It's my brother, so I ain't gonna square up with him or whatever. But I'm gonna pull him to the side and talk to him or whatever. He wasn't your brother, so it was like I'm putting these paws on you.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, do you think even then, and you kind of alluded to that, like even then what you was holding in came out because you didn't have an outlet to talk to about what you wasn't able to process what you were going through. So you threw it in, but you didn't throw it away because it comes out
It does,
when these situations arrive or whatever. And in those times it may be uncontrollable because you haven't dealt with it or figured out how to control it because you tried to, you know what I'm saying, throw it to the back.
Yeah.
Do you think it's very important to deal with that? You know, because like I said, we're dealing with another kid, and even some of our adults are kids at mine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they don't know how to deal with this stuff because they wasn't raised to deal with this stuff. So pull them and before I react with my hands, let me try to talk to you real quick. But first, we got to learn how to process what we're going through or been through.
Yeah. And I think if you're in a household where the communication ain't like that, and you hear a lot of yelling to communicate, and or to be cussing each other out, however, and it get like that. I think as a kid, I don't think parents understand as a kid, like kids, we do internalize that, and we might look at it
Yeah.
like, okay, well, this is how I need to be reacting when I'm upset, or this is just a way to communicate. But yes, as I look back, like, yeah, I wish I probably could have talked about a lot of things sooner, to gain clarity and understanding. Because it does bleed over into as you get older, even like you say, even growing into adults. Like I know there is toxic behaviors that I've had to unlearn that I know it stemmed from that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think it is. It is. I think that's to answer your question. I think that is
Yeah, no,
important
no,
to
yeah.
talk to kids and pick their brain and figure out, like,
Or not just talk to kids, like just you getting the help you need, so you don't react in a way because at heart you're a sweet person
right,
or whatever.
right,
This obviously that person that comes out when those problems arrive ain't the person you want to come out.
true,
It's
yeah,
just I feel like you forcing me to go here, but maybe, you know what I mean.
yeah,
That it's just understanding the other side has traumas you've dealt that they ain't dealt with either, like you got.
yeah,
He
yeah,
probably, why you fuck you so mad, bro?
right,
This
right,
ain't even you
right.
know.
For sure, for sure.
So not to get him any like, nah, you ain't supposed to do that, but at the same time, like we all like, cause they somebody told me, somebody be saying like I hear people say that's common sense. Well, not for
Everybody though, yeah,
all our common senses are different. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
you can't tell somebody what's common sense to
yeah,
them. Why don't you try to speak with them first, and then if that don't work,
yeah.
we do what we
Go from
gotta do
there,
or whatever.
yeah. Straight up,
But
yeah,
I'm no different than you.
yeah.
It's just me learning as I'm getting older, so it's just me challenging you. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah,
no different than you. I've held stuff in and reacted. I had the
yeah,
same problem. I don't like seeing people get
yeah,
bullied, bro.
dog, yeah,
Bully
yeah,
me. Don't bully them.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I definitely understand where you're coming from.
yeah.
So challenging you is challenging me. You know. Um. You said you have things that come up in you, things that you shouldn't be doing that you I can't pick the right words right now, but things that you know aren't right that you had to unlearn, things you
Oh yeah,
had to unlearn. What are some of
yeah.
those things you feel like you brought into these ages?
Um, a lot of like even with having relationships, just the communication, and I think even just friendships too. On a job, like it's just
All
certain things that
relationships.
yeah, you know what
Yeah.
I mean. You can certain things you can carry on, and it can fit into different points in your life, and you like, damn, like that ain't helping you. Like it's hindering your growth. Like all of that. So just like a lot of my communication skills, I had to work on, and again, like just getting angry and getting mad, like opposed to taking that time and just thinking first instead of reacting first. Because like you say, a lot of people you feel like people should know things. And like you say, a lot of people. It's just we everybody got different lives and different things that they learn and things like that. Um, so yeah, like I've had a lot of things that just carried over. I think like I say this from my childhood and watching my parents try to be a couple, or then and it's like it's so crazy because you can look at stuff and be like, I don't want to be like that. And sometimes you find yourself doing those things.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so a lot of stuff I just had to unlearn about myself. And, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm at a pivotal point in my life that I'm just relearning myself. You know what I'm saying? And just my faith is growing stronger. Like, yeah, yeah.
What are some of the things you're learning?
Um,
What's being revealed to you?
a lot of self reflection on myself. Like, I used to think I was always right about everything, and just my way is what's the way. You know what I mean? And like you say, just showing that grace of everybody ain't like you. Everybody wasn't raised the same way. And just for myself, I've had a lot of selfishness. I'm just learning to be more selfless. And I feel like certain traits are things that I had to build up to protect myself. And I'm happy that I'm able to tear those walls back down, because a lot of things was never me to begin with. It's
A lot of
just
things was never you
to
said?
begin with.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah, a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
traits and things that I picked up. And it's like, I'm happy that I'm able to kind of break those barriers back down, because a lot of stuff it didn't hinder me in my life and just maneuvering through life. Like, my attitude, I had to just pull my own coattail, you know what I'm saying? And like, you can be way better. You can be a better friend, better partner, better daughter. You know what I mean? Just really focusing in on that, man. This stuff can get deep, my bad, but yeah, it's just a lot of self reflecting that I had to do. Yeah.
What's that realization point though? Like, where's that point where it's like, hey, you need to do that better or whatever?
Um,
How do you just discover that,
Cause
just especially without therapy?
God will kind of like start making things around you crumble, you know. And I think God got me to a point to where I have to literally wait on Him, call on Him, and I had a thing of just doing a lot of stuff my way and figuring like it just in my mind like my way is the right way. Even though in my mind I can know like the choices that I'm making, like those might not be the best choices, but I'm gonna do it my way. I just think God got a way of snatching some things from up under you, some things away from you, to where I think he just building me up to be the woman that I was supposed to be. And it ain't too late, you know what I mean? So,
You're still young.
yeah, you know what I mean? So, but you'd be surprised, a lot of people at a certain, they feel like their life is over. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm just happy that I'm able to to know it
Yeah.
and see it. But a lot of things just started to kind of crumble around me. And that was be like, okay, you've been doing it your way for a long time, and you keep running into these dead ends, or you just keep finding yourself at the same spot, and like it's kind of been through my hands up now. Like, God, you're gonna direct me, and I'm gonna trust you because I know you. I grew up in a household that it was instilled in me, and it's like now I'm just at an age of I just having like a lot of faith, because like I say, he'll strip some things from you that you think is good for you, ain't good for you. Um, and he'll kind of bring you down like to a low. Like, a lot of shit, sleeping in my car, sleeping, not having even though I got, again, the pride, I got siblings, I got a mama, I can go and stay places, but now I'd rather just go stay out the hotel until I can get me together, because I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to bother nobody. It
Oh
could be
my
my
God.
pride. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
all of that. Like, so I'm just at a point like God didn't took me through all of these things to where I'm just so humble now. I think even people when they sit down and they talk, like I might, I might even come off soft spoken. Like God has just really humbled me, and I'm happy about it because I done lost a lot, and I could be upset about what I lost, but I know it's some way bigger coming. It's on the way. You know.
Have you been rejected in life a lot? Because when
Um.
you talk about like not being a burden on somebody, you don't even want to ask.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I know with me, I was like that. There was a time where I was sleeping in my car, and
Yeah.
I could have went to my mom or my dad or whatever. The 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 thing that caught me was my little sister
Okay.
caught me driving one day. She called me in traffic and she seen a bunch of bags in
In
my
that back.
car and stuff. And she didn't
I
say
know
nothing to me.
about
She
it.
just, you all right?
Mm-hmm.
She know I ain't gonna say nothing, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? And she went and told my mama, and my mama called me. I'm like, what the fuck? You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah, but I don't wanna, it's not that this particular person rejected me. It's just I've been
Rejected.
rejected
Mm-hmm.
to the point where I didn't like the way it felt. And it's not like I'm coming down on these people. It's just like I don't want to get rejected no
Yep.
more. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
That's exactly where I was at with it. Like, and also too, so I just felt like I had to just go through this storm alone because I do got crutches. I thank God for the family that I do have. Like, I got those crutches if but I gotta stand. Like, it's just time. Like, you get older, it's just like you get tired of running too. Sometimes you get tired of running because you keep running and running because you think it's going to go away. It can go away. Whatever it is the person might be running from, you just think like it's going to get better. just gotta face it sometimes. You gotta face it for it to get better. And yeah, and that's really where I was at with it though. Like, yeah, like I didn't felt rejected. So it's like before I even put myself out there to be rejected, I'm not even about to I'll just go about it this way and I'll still be okay. I'm gonna be all right. So yeah. Yeah, that feeling of rejection's a month. It'll stop you from you don't want to ask nobody nothing like nothing. I'll figure it out. I'll
Listen,
figure it out.
I could be in a car with somebody and like we get in an argument or whatever, and I'm like, let me out right here.
Yeah. Yep.
I walk the road. I don't care. I'll walk wherever, and they'll follow me for a minute, and I'm like, cause I'm not getting back in the
Yeah.
car. Like,
Yeah.
yo, I just don't want to feel like you doing anything for me. You
That's
know what
me.
I'm
What
saying?
sign are you?
Huh?
What sign are you?
Cancer.
Yep.
What sign are you?
I'm a Sagittarius, but
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
but because I feel dog. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, that's me too. Yeah.
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 Rob, where do you feel like you're robbing yourself for where you can be? What is one of those moments where you feel like I'm robbing myself? I'm robbing the world. Because they say, I learned this from Nick, a lot of his episodes, right in the nick of time. Your gift is not for you,
Yeah.
it's for the people. Can you remember when you was holding back on that gift, like robbing us of you?
I think for me, again, just involving myself in things that didn't have nothing to do with my gift. Just involve myself in a lot of worldly things that I didn't have no business doing. So I think during time it's when I definitely was robbing myself before anybody else of the gift, like myself, and not just really understanding what it was that I do have. And like I said, along the lines of rejection, like I think you want people to show up. You want the people that you care about to show up. All of that, like, when I was in school, I played basketball in high school, and I was good at it. My mom never came to none of my games. Like, and not that it makes you question, are you good enough? Because even your coach, everybody else can say like, you got it. You know what I mean? But it's like you not even for an approval. I don't even know. Like, you just to have somebody there to cheer you on. You know what I mean? So, I think, like you said, I think I robbed myself because I let a lot of shit get in my head
Yeah.
about whether it be the lack of support or what people had to say. And not just in learning, I had to really learn to know who I am and stand strong in that. No matter what nobody else gotta say, you gotta stand in that. And I think in the midst of that, like that's what it kind of threw me too, because it built this guard up of, I don't know, like maybe I felt like I had to do other shit to get an approval because y'all don't hear me over here. Y'all don't see like I got something, like So yeah, I think I allowed the opinions of other people to rob me, which I think robbed the world of a gift that I could have,
Yeah.
dug in way deeper earlier on than now. Like yeah.
You think even to the basketball games, you think it may have been because you said like your coach is saying, your teammates is saying, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? But also those teammates have people in the crowd
You
for
feel
them.
me? Yeah. Yeah.
And you feel like you've never had that backing. When it comes to this, make it a little deeper.
Okay.
We did Rob. We're gonna talk about getting low. The lowest point you may have felt within yourself. whether it was you inflicting the pain or somebody inflicting the pain on you, or just where you were in life. Like you just realized, this ain't where, this ain't.
I think for me, it had to be 2017. It was 2017. I was in a relationship for a long time, like almost 10-year relationship. I was in a relationship for a while. Working at Ford. Uh, I was taking time off from work. I was calling myself. I was going and talking to therapists and things like that.
Yeah.
And then I had took some time off from work. I don't. I think I felt low in that moment, right? Because again, I got a job, I got a house, like the materials. But inside, like I wasn't fulfilled. Like I was missing something, and I think it was starting to reflect in everything else that was going on around me, from a relationship to work to everything. And I just feel like I think it all kind of. I think everything in my life just I don't for some reason it just kind of started to hit me, because again that's when I'm waking up about myself, like maybe not the best of person, like maybe you do got some, you know what I mean? So it's that constant like. And during that time, like I quit my job. I left the next day. I moved to Atlanta the very next day. Like I didn't tell my job nothing. The union was calling me for like a month, like, hey, we let us know if you want your job back. Like I was just at a loss. I was sleeping in my car. I moved to Atlanta, didn't know nobody for real. But I just needed a change. It's like I was running from something. But in that moment though, I felt like I didn't have nobody, but I had people. Like, you know, and again, I just think it was just everything starting to catch up to me, because, like I say, shit that I did see as a kid, and it's reflected in myself, how I'm treating people, how I'm even viewing the world, the people in the world. Like, yeah, it was just a low point, and I carry a lot of my family's baggage. If they going through something, I internalize it. Like, yeah, I was just messed up during that time. I don't. That's why I said I just up and left my job and everything, just trying to get away. And
And just went to Atlanta.
I didn't know what I was even necessarily getting away from. I told everybody, it's like, I want to go and pursue my music, in which that was true too. But I just felt like I had to break something, and it could have been just me breaking myself again to rebuild myself up. You know what I mean? Because I still don't know to this day. Like I up and just left the next day. Like I went by my mom's house, told her like, Mom, I'm about to leave. Packed my stuff up in the car. Went to Atlanta. I know a few people, but again, it goes back to your pride, to where I don't want to just impose on nobody. Like, yeah, that was a very humbling time too. Cause like I say, I'm sleeping out my car. Had a gig. I got all my clothes in the back seat. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? At some point, people gonna start questioning, like, why you got, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, do you really want to have that conversation with people to let them know, like, hey, because you carry yourself in a way that a person wouldn't know what you was going through, you know? But it was just during that time, it was just like going on. My sister, drinking a lot, drugs, like it was, I just felt like I just wanted to get away from everybody to just have to focus on me, you know? So yeah, yeah.
When you it's crazy how we feel like we ain't got nobody and we got people,
Yeah.
but we run away to get away from people to go to where we ain't got people
Yeah.
even more, you know what I'm saying? But when you were in Atlanta and you're in your car or whatever, see, it's different for me because I'm in a familiar territory where I can go somewhere and find somewhere to deal with my hygiene. How was you dealing with hygiene when you were in Atlanta?
Yeah, I had a homeboy. Like I said, I knew people, and I had a homeboy to where I would get off from work, And I would, when I get out from work, I would go to his house, take a shower for the night, everything else. I would wake up now in the morning. There was a gas station that was around the corner from the job. I was working at Glock in Smyrna. When I was there in Atlanta, I was working at Glock, and there was a gas station. So I would go there and wash my face, brush my teeth, and shit for the morning. Go in there and get dressed in the bathroom to where it was the same clerk every morning. So I knew he knew. And he would just, he would never say nothing to me. Just, go do your thing, whatever you got to do. Then eventually it was one of the girls that I was working with. And I kind of expressed to her kind of like what was going on. She's like, well, if you ever need to at least take a shower, if you need to stay here. But I'm not trying to impose, but
Yeah.
I'm going to watch my, I don't know if because I'm going to watch my, I'm going to do all of that. I don't give about nothing else. Like, I'm going to make sure of that. But like, yeah, but in the nighttime, I would park my car and I would sleep. It was a auto shop that was maybe 20, 25 minutes from my job. And I would just park there overnight and I would just sleep there. And I've done that for a minute, and I never told my mom and them at first or nobody because again, you just don't want that worry, and you want to make it feel like I made this choice, so
Yeah.
I can't make it look like I don't know what I'm doing or I'm just jumped out there, but I really did. Yeah. So yeah.
Was it real scary at night? Like, especially there, just sleeping in the car, unfamiliar territory, people walking past the car.
It was. It was, but I just every night I just pray to God, like, God, protect me or don't let nobody come bother me, or because God, my intentions. Like, I'm not on nothing. Like, I'm just want to be right. So God, just watch over me. It was. I was clutching too.
Yeah. For
But
sure.
but in the same sense though. But
Yeah.
like, I it is because it's unknown. Like, you know what I mean, and you left with your thoughts because you just like, how'd you end up here? Like, this is what you chose. So like, you battling with that. Now you got to really make sense of why you did what you did. Because at first you really was just you really just wanted to get away. And maybe I just even needed just a break. But I didn't choose that. Like, I literally I got to get away. It was just a very humbling time because people will call you and you want to make it seem like everything good down there. You like, yeah, I'm kicking it. You know what I'm saying? But like, not for real. Like, I'm sleeping on my car, man.
Maybe it's easier to break something unfamiliar than it is to break something familiar. And I'm saying, like, staying here, you could have busted to a point to where you would have hurt something.
Yeah.
That you love.
Yeah.
And there, I'd rather go out here and deal with something unfamiliar there. I mean, even though I'm unprotected.
Yeah.
And
that was my thing. That's what I had. I don't know if I was falling into a depression here or what, but I just had to go. Like, I left a good job, good money. Like, I realized that don't matter to me. Like, I want the money, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to live good, but it's like, and I didn't touch someone, but it's when I didn't had it, and it's just like, you still kind of, it's something deeper that I gotta really understand about myself because, and I had to do that because the money ain't gonna do it. You got the money, but it still ain't gonna help. I used to always think, like, once I get rich, I'm gonna take care of my mom, I'm gonna take care of my sisters, but you can do all of that, and I got a sister now. Like, I just want her to do so much better but I be thinking, like, that money ain't gonna save her. Like,
right.
She gotta want to change for herself. She gotta want to do a lot of, yeah. But yeah.
Often we running from our situations, running from our people, but we don't realize we also be running from purpose. To this is where we get to duh.
Yeah.
Duh. When did you figure out, like, duh, this is what I've been supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
And I just been running from it or scared of it. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we scared to be the person that people say we are. Because what if I'm not that person that y'all expecting me to be? But you're tasked to be the one.
Yeah.
What's that duh? Like, duh.
I think when I got back to Kansas City, it's like everything kind of instantly just started working together for me. Even when it comes to my music, like everything started working together, and I'm just like, damn. I was having people inboxing, just writing me like, "Hey, you inspire me," and just hearing certain messages from people. Like you living your life and you doing you, and not saying don't think people are watching, but not to that extent. Like you impacting people. Like I get so many messages from people and stuff, and I'm just like, nigga, if you don't do it, even if you don't do it for you, like look at the people that you do mean something to. Like, you are touching people. I think for myself, I think my lifestyle, and it could just be my own mind too. But I feel like again, it's just from how people have. It's so much stuff I want to say. 'Cause like I believe in God. You know what I mean? Even within my music, like, and I speak on it. I just want people to understand, like, I'm a person. Like, forget all whatever you see here. Like, what's inside of me is gold, though. And I think I realized that when it came from, like, again, it goes for them cheers. You want to hear them cheers from a certain group of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's
Yeah.
like, God know I needed these people over here because I needed to hear everything that they said, because sometimes I feel not getting it from these people broke me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I could have been some way greater early on if, and I'm not never knocking. I love my mama. My mama just seen 70 years old yesterday. Thank God, I love my mama to death.
70?
Yes. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Like, and it's such a blessing. And it ain't no manual when it comes to being a parent, but I just be thinking like, damn, like, what if you would have just tapped into me? And I know you had other kids, but maybe if you just could have honed in on me, like, damn, what could I, not say it's not too late of what I can become, but like, I could have became something totally different too, though, ma. It's like it's what I chose. You know what I'm saying? Not what was necessarily being shown to me when it come to certain shit. Cause I could have been something totally different too. And not even by my lifestyle, just my heart, the type of person that I am, my intentions. Like, I could have been I could have been something, however. But yeah, let's look back on that. Like, if y'all could have just seen that person then, and it's like now the love that I get now, it's like I'm going to say like, damn, y'all didn't see that then. Y'all didn't see this whole time, because I always seen it. I always seen it. So yeah. I just think that was probably my dumb moment when me getting that after them the confirmation from the people that I just didn't expect it from, and me have to be okay and understanding that this might be the people that you need to do it for. These people might need to hear it, and the other people, they'll catch on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they'll catch on, but you have to do it for the people that is in your inbox saying, like, hey, you inspire me, or you, because I don't be thinking I got that power, because if you really was to know, again, just my story, you know what I mean? Sometimes you can feel like, not that you're not good enough, but it's like, I'm damaged goods. Like, I done been through a lot. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, who am I to be a voice? You know what I mean? But again, those are just thoughts that from hearing shit, you can make you start thinking that about yourself. So God knew when to do it, because I received it. Like I said, when I came back, I was able to care about what these, you know what I'm saying? It just started happening. So simultaneously, I'm like, damn, like, God, I hear you. Like, okay. Like, yeah. Yeah.
I believe in finding the power in certain words or phrases.
Yeah.
We look at it as pain. Pain can be your best friend, though. You say damaged goods. Are you ignoring the good part, though?
Come on. I feel you. Yeah. Yeah.
The damage was to get you as good as you can be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you say, why would y'all listen to me? I'm damaged good. Because we know you got the marks to prove that you were able to get through that.
Yeah.
That's why we're going to listen to you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
We, I don't know if you ever paid attention to this when we were younger. Even now, like, people lay down and they look up at the sky, and sometimes you get to see the stars. and you name the stars, you create the stars. I mean, you create stories for the stars or whatever. You wish you could be a star up in the sky for people to look at.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we on the star part.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you want them to say about your star when they see you in the sky, your star in the sky?
She never quit. Like everything about her, she gave us her. You know, good, bad, ugly. Like strength. She's strong, talented. Um, but also, I know she was never no quitter. Like she ain't let nothing stop her. That sometimes I feel like it was designed too. You know what I mean? But it didn't. So, um, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, coming to the closing part, for you to leave us marked out. Will you leave us marked out? And then pray us out?
For sure. I just want to leave y'all on this. If God puts something in y'all, like, go for it and have faith. Let me take my glasses off and have faith in God, because that's what's gonna carry you through. We can't give up. Ain't no giving up. You know. Ain't much to me, but yeah, that's it. But I can definitely pray us out.
Before you pray,
Okay.
you took your glasses off.
Yeah,
You wear shades a lot, though.
I do. It's like a mask. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. You think you need that?
I don't. I don't. And I think I'm coming to a point of it's time to drop the mask. It's okay to be who I am. It's okay for me to be transparent. It's okay for me to talk about what I've been through.
Yeah.
You know? Sometimes you want to paint that picture of everything perfect. And you got it all together when you don't. It's like everybody else trying to figure it out, you know?
Those are beautiful tears.
But yeah,
Let
my
us see
bad.
them.
Y'all gonna judge me. Don't judge me.
Ain't nobody judging nothing.
But,
We appreciate that. It takes a lot of courage
yeah.
to get on this stage and do that, especially if you never did it before.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But you understand the mission.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you.
So I appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Yeah.
Straight up. Straight up. Okay. Dear Heavenly Father, I'm coming to you as humble as I know how. Father God, I just want to thank you for allowing these gentlemen to have me on this platform, Father God. I pray that you continue to bless them, Lord, bless their minds, bless their hands, Lord, to continue to keep doing what they doing. And again, God, I just thank you for this opportunity, Lord. You continue to watch over all of us, Lord. Continue to watch over the world. And all this we ask in your name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. What a well put together record.
Appreciate you, dog. I really appreciate
Good to
you
see you
having
smile.
me. Like, seriously. I was excited to do this, so I appreciate you for having me.
The goal is to leave a lasting imprint on their minds and their hearts. We pray you be indelibly marked.
That way.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I appreciate you so much, dog.